Hey, I'm Big B and I Brick. Welcome to another edition, although a bit of a pause in between because we had Epic Philly, and now another edition of the Seller Stream. I have with me, as always, my crazy unkempt hair that has some weird thing of mind of its own, and of course, the one and only Mr. Fubrix. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I actually, to be honest with you, I did not even bother sending out invites to the rest of the crew tonight because I didn't know what we were going to talk about, really. I wanted to be able to chat with people about some things and see what the people in the audience have to say, but also because we have some exciting news for this next weekend, right?
Yep. We'll have Bricklink on again.
That's right.
Answering questions. So please, after this stream's over, put your questions and comments. And we can have them lined up and ready for Bricklink next week.
That's right. And I'm also going to talk to the admins and see if it's okay with them if we make a posting to the Bricklink forum to let them know about this. Now, the show will be all pre-recorded, professional type like and whatnot, but don't expect us to go editing it. But we're having it during daylight hours, working man hours. So the folks at Bricklink don't have to take time out of their busy schedule and do this on the weekends where it's supposed to be their own time.
Yep, that's fair.
So not a big deal, but that's why we're giving you guys the chance to ask those questions beforehand. Now, you're going to have to let us know in your questions if we're supposed to read it in some sort of format. Like if you want us to read it in a very snide vocal tone or a very complimentary vocal tone or a very thankful vocal tone, just include that type of thing with it. So we try to get the question conveyed correctly as you intended. Just it helps the reader who's completely unfamiliar with you know what you really want to be asking.
Yep. So ask away.
Yeah, ask away. But in the meantime, you are just above 200K. Am I correct?
Yep, that's right. Speaking of the 250K challenge, I am over 200,000. I finally got all those brick boxes done.
And now it's you and the Brick Repository over in...
I believe he's in Ireland, right?
You're in Ireland?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Well, now I'm cheering for him a lot more now. And he's a used dealer. So that's great for him with his location over there. But he has been seriously chugging at it. Like, I'm surprised how well he's been kicking out the brick. All you guys, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we've all kind of kept each other encouraged. And we're, posting messages in our chat about, oh, we got this today, got that today, got this order. I'm at 205,492 right now.
I think that once it drums up and gets a little bit more, I think it's going to be you and Repository probably going at each other, hopefully with the friendly banter that we enjoyed so much in the past.
Yep.
Encouraging other people to go buy in the other person's store.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds, it's actually, it was a lot of fun. Looking back when I did the 200K challenge, then the 250K challenge, and the 500 with Doc, one of the best parts about it was, trying to encourage people to go buy in the other person's store to help me out on my way to winning the challenge. And I remember even Doc making a couple of videos about that where he was just like, you heard me right. Like, go make a purchase over at Big B so I can win this thing. But it is a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun. I enjoy getting you guys to really go at it, and not go at it like in an actual manner, like gladiatorially, but like to go at it and to reach the goal. It makes things fresh over here.
Yep, and I will admit that I currently don't have enough in my part out queue to hit 250.
So that's the key that I always had. Is I always had blowback to be able just to go and grab something.
And I'll get there, but it's gonna take a while. I'm just trying to get my part out queue down so I can get more sales, and then buy more things to part out again. You know, it's kind of a vicious cycle a little bit.
Brick boxes are great and they're easy to part out, but they occupy a lot of room, start and finish.
Yeah, the 2x4s and the 2x6 bricks really eat up a lot of space, and I've had to make more and more shoe boxes to accommodate a lot of these new lots that I have.
Wow.
Like 80 shoe boxes.
Bulk.
And so I'm looking at other ways of getting cheap Lego. As I mentioned in our seller stream chat a while ago, I sold off 183 pounds of bulk.
Yeah.
That's going to raise capital to get me stuff I can actually part out.
Now you kicked that into, who was it? Like Reuse or Renew or
Replay.
Yeah. And they're essentially, it's booster bricks. It's the intake for booster bricks.
Yep.
Booster bricks, or Replay then sells it to Booster Bricks, and then Booster Bricks then sells it to you.
Yep, the monthly boxes, right?
Yes. So it's a pretty good business deal right there, to be able to be the receiver and the shipper.
Yeah. You have an inlet and an outlet.
You do. I wish companies like that would take more special orders.
Yeah.
You know, I've talked to Brainy a lot about that, because he wants to go in on, you know, like a 0.5 metric ton of Technic, and I am interested in it. But outside of that, like, how do they divide? Like, I'd love to see them. Do you guys have a division for minifigure pieces? I don't want that, but if you have that, do you have a division for animals? Do you have a division for foliage? Do you have, or foliage? Or train, or monorail, or base plate, or any large, easy item, you know?
I'm sure they do.
Do you have something for large, transparent pieces that I could just dive into?
Buy by weight.
Yeah, and buy by weight, not by color. That'd be nice to find, but I don't have an inroads to the Booster Bricks people, unfortunately. I wish I had more of one. Usually my Booster Bricks box comes in, and then the kids and I take it to the school and give it to the library at the school.
Yep, kind of pick over a few things you want and then take the rest.
No, not even. Just it's a time investment type of thing. Plus, with the kids, it's a teaching thing. So
yeah.
You know, it's if I'm getting something and then giving it away, it's teaching them one thing. If I'm getting something, picking all the good pieces out of it and then giving it away, it doesn't sort of imbibe the same spirit of generosity.
Right.
So maybe if there weren't little eyes watching every step I make and every move I make, I would do things differently and probably be a lot more common sense on my approaches. But I can't. They ask everything, man. They see and ask everything.
They're sponges. Pretty much.
Yes. And I'm teaching them how to run a business. So I think honesty is a good part of it. And that might chime in with honesty. But we're working on I sorted some bulk that I got. You guys have all been talking about your bulk deals and how you wanted and how you've been getting them. So I went out and got myself a bulk deal. And we sorted by color. So I'm down to my last color. We're doing the whites. So
bulk minifig?
Bulk minifig. I took it, I did pants first. Pants/legs first. Just the plain, unprinted, adult-sized legs. And put those into the store. And was happy. I was very happy that if 100% of the legs sold, that would cover the purchase price of the bulk. So that was my selling point to the CEO of the company. You know, that's what got me the buy-in from her, because I've talked to her in the past when we've done some creator sets or something like that came with ended up getting a large amount of unprinted torsos and legs from them. I've always said, like, oh, these will sell pretty fast. And then I've always tried to comment back that, oh, these already sold. So she's familiar with how quick that those sell. So that was my selling point of why this was a good idea for us to go in on, to venture into, since we've been through the onesie twosies, we've been through the tensie twinsies, we've been through the 100, and now we're getting ready to delve into the 179 brick boxes from last Black Friday. I had to like throw some great news, like, hey, boom, you just get this giant box that just rattled that you frowned at me when I got, and it's already in. It's already in the store. So she's a little bit better about it now, especially since we're almost all done with the parting out of. But we'll see how it goes. I know I'm going to get zero support on sorting minifigure heads from the CEO. Zero. And I'm not going to ask the kids to do it either.
It's pretty tedious.
There is one bad thing that comes from doing. It's like there's one bad thing that comes from doing this. But here's what's left over. All right, this is about 1.5 pounds of trans black visors and cutlasses.
Fun.
And also less than penny pieces. So not necessarily less than penny pieces on the sale end, but the type of piece where if I needed it, I could get it for less than a penny a piece. Oh. It stinks for the price per weight to be left with, this is what I mean at the end, but it's a deal that you can never say no to.
Yep, you got to take the good with the bad when you're getting bulk.
Yeah, you've got, it's one of those, do I really want 3 more pounds of CMF heads and I've already bought 17? Sure. Why not? Of course I do. Do you need to get rid of something and you're a great supplier to me of something unique that I'm just dipping my toe into for the first time? Yes, please. Of course I need that. I would love to have that. Thank you very much. How else can I help you? You know, that is how I am approaching this, because I mean, it's a deal of a lifetime. I know that I'm getting a lot of shade from a lot of people because this deal fell in my lap, and why not their lap? You know?
Part of the business.
Yeah, I'm just more Irish than you are. It's all it ever is going to come down to. Your Mickishness quota. I might as well just...
So speaking of Philly, I know you picked up a couple things at the yard sale.
Nothing.
Oh, that's right. You were bidding, but you didn't actually win, right?
I got no, I didn't even bid on anything at the yard sale. I bid on some stuff at the charity auction.
Oh, it was a charity auction. Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, the yard sale was crazy.
The yard sale was really crazy. Yeah. Well, you guys were snatching stuff up in the yard sale. I was making curry.
Yep. And good old Cheap Ass with his 5 tables.
Good on him, man. I'm glad he did well. I wish he had done better. I know that he was encouraging me to buy, but I told him, I was like, this seems to be everybody's moment of the year when they get, you know, quote unquote, that deal. Like, I get that deal from you whenever I need it, dude. Like, let everybody have their day. I'd much rather enjoy other people having their day than, you know, that. I mean, other people having their day is what brings me joy. So.
And of course, I sold at the yard sale. I did pretty good. I sold.
What did you sell there?
Well, I got a couple of New York exclusives. Those went quick. And the famous hot dog cart poly bags that we love to talk about on here. Sold those. And I actually traded for that castle giveaway set they had at the Lego store, the classic castle. You know what I'm talking about, right? The little white box.
Yeah.
I got one of those from Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
So that's in my buy and hold pile.
I saw Brooklyn for like a minute. I really wanted to talk to him while I was there. I wanted to give him my sig fig. My kids were there. And I was like, just a second. I'm not blowing you off. My kids are here. I got to take care of them. He's like, okay. And then I never saw him again.
Yeah, he was next to me at the yard sale. His table was next to mine.
Okay. Well, see, I wasn't even paying attention during the yard sale.
Yep, you're busy.
I was cooking. I was having fun, man. I was cooking for the people.
But
thank
overall,
you. Cool Kid Bricks left us a thumbs up.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate. We've had a slew of thumbs down on videos in this channel lately, but no worries. That actually helps with the algorithm.
Any interaction is good.
People did not know that. Thumbs down do not necessarily hurt you. They give you a number where otherwise there would be none in a formula that YouTube has. So
yeah, people don't realize that thumbs down actually helps with your ratings.
Yes.
And if they really want to troll you, they should just do nothing at all.
Yes. Lord knows I've been getting a lot of thumbs down lately. I have a theory about that one. After I had retired the Saturday stream, I got a text message from someone who I don't speak highly of. And their message was very polite and agreeable, and telling me that everything that I had said they felt was true as well. And I immediately, as soon as I read that, was just like, what are you trying to start when you send me this? How are you trolling me with this message?
Yeah, what angle?
Yeah, what angle are you trying to get at, and what are you trying to work into this with suddenly congratulating me after being just a D-bag for months? And then I looked at my thumbs down count, and I was like, oh boy, it started again. Yay. But yeah, we've worked our way through pretty much the bulk. The first kid that gets a 1-week punishment from mommy for something will be separating cutlasses and the visors. Because if they get a 1-week punishment from mommy, it was something they did that was just awful. They need to be like under full observance. It would be like a shave the cat type of thing. You shaved the cat.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. We don't have again, exactly. We don't have a cat, but like that's the type of thing I'm talking about that they would get a 1-week punishment for. So I'm saving that, and I'm in no hurry for cutlasses or, visors. By the way, visors you should have at least 100 of in your store, but I think I've got that.
Yeah, I sell a visor now and then.
I never sell visors unless I have a lot of them.
I have some old ones like Trans Red.
Those are good. Trans Red, Trans Dark Blue, Trans Light Blue,
Clear,
Trans Yellow, White, Black. You can only get the white one if you win correctly on Bricks on the Dollar's wheel. He's got his custom figs, and one of his custom figs, the Whitetron guy, has a white visor, and that is a rare item. Never in any sets. So. And it's like an $8 piece.
I was going to say, yeah, it's probably not easy to come by.
I've got a complete fig. I do not part out my gifts, but it is a quite expensive piece. Trying to see if there's anything else over here really to show off.
So you're still sorting the minifig bulk. You're not doing any other part outs at the moment?
We dug in deep to the shame closet or shame pile, and in a 4-week period, I did 7 boxes instead of doing 4. So I'm prepping for summer. So the reverse hibernation.
Yep.
Giving my stuff just a crap load of side work to do during the summer when purchases are not all that much. I don't know if you've experienced any kind of slowage lately.
Yes, definitely.
Mine was strange this week where, normally I hit my X value I've been hitting every day with my X value, but on Mondays it's always strong because Monday comes in with whatever happened that I can't get out on Saturday, plus Sunday, plus that last minute Sunday night. Well, I was just looking and finished building and now I need this purchases. And we had just brushed up and nudged the X on Monday, which was for me a sign. But then later on in the week, it picked back up. Like I was surprised that I had a really great showing like on a Thursday, which is normally a very slow day. So
yeah, I definitely get a slew of orders over the weekend, both on Bricklink and not.
yeah.
Like I just got done shipping all my orders from eBay and stuff. I got 9 packages going out tomorrow.
I'd be interested to see what the give and go is with eBay and Amazon and other venues as well.
Yep, it's definitely seasonal. I can tell you that. Flower stems are doing well for me.
Yeah.
People, it's summertime. They're building foliage, so
Is it foliage or foliage?
I don't know.
It's a pre-existing argument.
We'll say both. But yeah, the brick boxes are done. Had 22 copies of the Black Friday brick box. Got them done in May, so only took 6 months.
Yeah, they're rough.
No, they weren't too bad though, and it was more me putting off and traveling and not putting the time into it. But when my order slowed down and the 250K challenge, it's kind of fueled the fire a little bit for me.
So how are you going to handle it now with travel?
Well, I'll probably doing shorter travel, not going away for as long, and I'm going to do my simple, your order will ship when I get back message that shows up on checkout. And I would have to turn eBay off because no one's here to ship it, and you have to ship within the time you specify, or you get a bad mark on your account.
Right.
And enough of those, they kick you off eBay. So I'm very careful with that type of stuff. So, for example, I'm going to Mexico for a week, so I'm just going to shut eBay off and then let orders ship when I get back. Otherwise,
I was just looking at my grass sales, like, wow, I really haven't been having a lot of grass sales lately. And looking through there, it was just like, who bought 1,000 of those things? Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, that was Haley.
Yeah, I'd rather sell 1,000 once than 110 times. It's a tenth of the work. But
I've often thought that I'd rather sell it once in 1,000 than, and I agree. I'll agree with the sentiment, but there's a lot of other things that get picked up on along the way.
Yeah.
Like those flower stems don't really seem to be, for me at least, a primary purchased item. They seem to be, pickup items. Pick up, like somebody's doing something and like, oh, you got flower stems. I could always use more flowers in my whatever.
Yep. Or grass, because they use it for grass.
Danny's got a good question. Do sales tend to go up leading to large conventions like Brick Fair and Brick World?
Yeah.
Yes, and more so if you are going to the convention with your lug.
Yep. Or if you can become one of those, not really a sponsor, but when I went to Brick Fair, I was able to post on their site that I'll do free delivery at Brick Fair. So I had 5 orders of people who wanted to meet them and give it to them.
Nice.
And that was on the Brick Fair site. So it lists a link to your Bricklink store and says, they're offering free shipping to Brick Fair attendees. So
yeah,
and 10% off.
That'd be pretty cool if, not that Philly ever listens. All right, Dragon Man 7, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, the cross sales on it is a good thing. And even when the primary buy-in is the flower stems, they usually want something to go on those flower stems, whether it be actual flowers or 1x1 black brick with studs on 4 sides because they're making pine trees out of them.
Yeah, or they're making corn stalks, or I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I had a big order that they bought a lot of plant life from me, and I'm trying to find it.
Let's see. Do you have anything that is a loss leader, like an item you don't get a big markup, but gets people in your store? Yes. Yes, I do.
That's a big one, because it's kind of like, if you think about it like a grocery store, your basic brick is your bread and milk.
Right.
Everybody's coming for that. So that's why you want to do brick boxes, which is why we do them.
Yeah, brick boxes, they're nice to do. They don't have the profit margin as your minifigure sets do, but those 1x-long bricks bring in people. You know, and if you have enough of the 2x-long bricks, you're now picking up a school. You know, that's not bad. That's the next step for me, is to get hooked in with a school.
Oh, I found the aforementioned order that I was talking about, where they bought all the plant life. They wiped out almost every lot I had that had to do a plant life except for flower stems.
Good.
All my flowers on sprue, the 4-on sprue. The big leaves, the 6x5. And different colors too, like purple and pink, and they're clearly building something big. It was a nice big order.
I had a one of those large high lot orders. Actually, the highest lot order I've ever had in the store came in 2 Saturdays ago, or 2 Sundays ago, whenever it was. 211 lots.
Wow.
Going to Norway. Luckily, only 400 pieces.
So they bought 1 or 2 of each.
It was all minifigure pieces. So I looked at it. It came through. I saw it flash up on the screen for the sync, and all I saw was the 200 and something lots, and I was just like, oh god, like day gone. And I dreaded it. I didn't even look at it. It was just like, it's that guy, or gal, whoever they are. And then all of a sudden, you know, it was one of those, I have to do it. Like, it came in 2 days ago. I have to do this. And it took 45 minutes. I was amazed.
It's not bad. For that many lots, that's pretty good.
It was pretty easy. I think I was through like 100 and some odd lots before I even made the first turn. Like, that's where the speed was just like, am I even moving for this next one? No? Okay. All still within reach. Excellent.
Yeah, I can tell that.
I'm reading through a message for my, I've got a proposed Padawan. There's a guy from my lug who wants to be my Padawan. So, damn it, it's a cord again.
I've been partying out some Star Wars lately too.
Ah, nice segue.
And that's well, I took it and ran with it. But there have been small sets, and that's what I've been trying to do, is get my little onesie twosies out of the way, because I hate doing them.
I did that quite a bit. I mean, I did some of the larger sets. I did a few sets that I regret ever doing. But I went to town at one point on Star Wars battle packs, and you know, rip and strip the figs. No figs sold as one piece, and they just sat. And now, forget about it. Like, the Genosians, they're all except for about gone. Even the ones that are the least popular of all those battle tracks, which were like the bombers, the bomb squad, I should say, from series 1 through 3 bomb squad guys, like, even their equipment's selling. So,
Army builders.
At this point, I think it's people who are finding minifig pieces and parts and wanting to, in like a used lot, and wanting to actually just complete the fig again.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it sells, great, right? You know, so the old adage, everything sells eventually, right? So
Kind of.
most
Not
part.
really. It'll sell if it's put with the right piece.
Yep.
It's all about pairing. I'm just wondering if we have anybody that has any questions for the up and coming interview with Bricklink.
Yep. If you post them in the chat, we can take them now. We'll probably voice our opinion on the matter too.
What do you guys see as something that you have to get? If you were running your store, what is your must-have item?
I would say 1x black brick.
Yes, but that's also individual dependent. Like
Sure.
black sells well, but gray sells better.
I've had the opposite experience. I can't keep 1x black in stock.
Well, that's also because you got NTalk.
Yeah, she buys a lot, but she's only placed one order with me, so I'm selling it to a lot of other people too, and it's great. I mean, it's if I can't keep it in stock, then obviously I need to buy more of it.
Right, right. It shouldn't be how quickly can I sell out of it. It's how do I keep my levels at a good level, and how do I know where that level is in order to maintain. It should never really be about selling out of an item. You should never be excited when you sell something out of. Because you should want to be able to know beforehand when you should stock up.
Yeah. Looking for those big bulk buys. Or pick a brick wall if it happens to be there.
Yeah. So I did get it was 45,000 pieces from that pick a brick score.
Oh yeah, yeah. Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up a couple myself. And I've already sold a lot of the stuff that I got that I was taking back with me. So it was nice to empty out my yard sale stuff so I could take stuff back.
Yeah.
Went back with a full bag. I did get my cheesesteak too. That was important.
I did not get any, but I'm a little bit closer than you are.
Yeah. Just a little. I mean, it's only a 700-mile flight for me. So.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a lot more than an hour and a half drive. I'm going to have to make that happen more often. I was just checking out. This is an element that's new to me.
With the head.
For a long time, that they've had the headphones, but these headphones are actually they're integrated into it. It's not just a clip-on type of thing.
Yeah, it's one mold, right?
Yeah, it's just one mold.
I've had some of those out of some city sets, but mine were, I believe, orange helmets, and they had a different color headset on them.
I didn't know they had orange on them, but I knew that they had red with black headphones. But
maybe they were
nice,
red.
It's nice that there's still parts that are new to me that I'm still discovering.
Yeah, you could learn about one new part a day and spend years doing it. You know.
Yeah.
So, minifig collector is asking: is instant checkout good or bad thing? I'd say good, for sure.
Yeah. As long as your store inventory matches what reality is, it's good.
Yep.
It's a nightmare if you're one of those people that is constantly having to adjust your inventory or constantly having to refund your buyers for pieces that you can no longer find or that you used or that somebody made off with. It's the worst possible thing in the world for you.
You have to be very organized. You're right.
Yes. If your stuff is strewn everywhere in the world and it's all in Ziploc bags and it has no real array and you've got a bag here, there, and the next place for all the exact same element and color item, it's not for you. And to be honest with you, Bricklink's probably not for you.
Yeah, it's kind of
Not that I want to discourage people, but I want to encourage buyers to have good experiences.
Yeah.
And you'd be amazed how frequently one of us that is a seller is contacted when some schmuck makes a bad deal. You know, what do I do with this? Contact Bricklink. Contact them. Have you sent them a message yet? Have you done this yet? So. Do you ever get those messages from people? Like, hey, this just happened to me with this buyer or this seller. What do I do?
No, I haven't had anyone reach out to me for advice on another order from another store, but I've had people leave a message with their order saying, you know, please individually bag things because I had a bad experience with XYZ store.
Yeah.
And they just jammed everything into one bag and shipped it. I do that anyway, just as my own policy.
Well, I did have that. I think I posted into the group that one person from Canada that wrote me that wanted all of their minifigure heads, their minifigure torsos, their wedges, and something else, all bagged separately. So they wanted not just like all my heads in one bag, all my torsos. They wanted every head individually bagged, every torso individually bagged, and it would have put. I don't mind doing that. That's fine. You guys thought I was crazy for not charging them a handling fee. But I let them know that it would be 4 additional ounces for the ship weight, just from the weight of the bags.
Yep.
And that since they're shipping internationally, they may want to reconsider if they want that or not. And then I also reminded them that the pieces have actually been sitting in a drawer, touching each other since they were parted out. And when they were parted out, they were even then included in a bag with other pieces.
Yep.
So the only way to get around that is to actually order one piece at a time from Lego Online Bricks and Pieces. But even then, that piece will have touched other pieces.
Right, because they get it out of a case.
They get it out of a case. So. Yep.
It's impossible to get one that's never touched anything else.
It's impossible to get a piece that has not touched another piece. And I swear to you that Lego pieces do not have cooties. So. And then Lukester333 is posting that there's the Dymo label printer 4XL printer is $99 at Staples.
It's a good deal.
That is a really good deal. And yes, that is the one that we use. It's got its issues from time to time.
They are temperamental. Yeah.
Yeah, usually unplugging it and plugging it back in, the old-fashioned Windows fix does it.
Yep, the old reboot. And here's mine right here.
Yeah, mine's sitting right over here. I'm not gonna reach it, but yes, we have one. And I get my third-party labels from off of Amazon from Packaging Supply. And the only thing you really have to look out for with that printer and when you get the aftermarket labels is to make sure that there's a little hole in there on the left-hand side so that the eye can read when the paper should stop.
Yep.
Some label printers go by measurement. They just know that for a 4.5-inch print, I need to roll out, 2 or 4.2 inches of ribbon. This one uses an optical eye for alignment and other stuff. So it's got to have it. Otherwise, the whole roll is just going to be like, and you're going to be like, so.
In my case, I just buy the Dymo ones. You can get them cheap enough.
Yes.
If you're patient.
Lassy's saying you have to physically catch the piece coming out of the hot mold.
Yep. Play hot potato with a minifig head.
And I'm honestly, as you're watching this, if you are that guy, like, I'm not making fun of you, the buyer, that much really. What I'm really trying to say is you've got to think about the fact that, like I get why they wanted their stuff sent that way because it was shipping over the border through customs. You know, they felt that it might have been taking a little bit of it, you know, like, or whatever. Not necessarily the case. Like, I never really had a package show up in just crappy shape after it went through anybody's customs.
Yeah, same. I've mentioned this before, but I did get a Bricklink order and a macaroni and cheese box.
Yeah.
I just had to laugh. I mean, what else can you do? It was a Kraft mac and cheese box. They slapped a shipping label on it, taped it up, and sent it.
On my early days of bricklinking, I got many of the same like that. But you know, that was before people were telling people how to sell.
Yep.
And even now, I'm rolling back on that a little bit.
Do you use the envelopes that are this size? You know, about the size of your hand. These are the triple lots, right?
Yeah, I use triple lot. I actually expanded on that recently. So I use the triple lot, the double lot, the single lot, the 1, the 2, and the 6.
And it's the only one that's about the size of the Dymo label. It's
Yes.
You can't go smaller because the label won't fit.
Yeah.
But this is actually a Bricklink order. It's going out. So a small one, 5 whole pieces.
I expanded actually the number of bubble mailers sizes that I have in order to incorporate poly bags better for lay flat. And also because of European orders or out of country orders and having to fit the parameters of that. If you have more surface area to spread it out on, you can cram more stuff into that bag.
For the same price.
Well, for about the same price, but I mean, better than $14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, most people tend to balk at.
And the guy wanted it sent in, I forgot, the guy who wanted everything into it also wanted it sent in a shipping tube.
Huh. Interesting. I guess for protection, right? It's not
protection. Mushy. I was like, first of all, I don't have shipping tubes. I don't do posters. It's not the 1980s.
Yep.
I do have a box. Yeah, unless there's some rate for shipping tubes that I'm unaware of. If there's some special rate for shipping tubes, it's like that hasn't been increased since the 1980s, since like Farrah Fawcett posters are no longer popular because we've aged. Maybe we're missing out on something.
I know Priority has a tube rate.
What is it? It could be killer.
It's a triangular box, actually, even though they call it tube. But they do have a tube rate. I've seen it. I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but it might be handy.
They stack better that way.
Yeah, of course. I'm just curious if it would be cheaper than, say, a medium box or a padded flat rate envelope, for example. It'd be good for shipping train track.
But I am your guy if you are putting together some sort of cowgirl related experience mock.
Overstock on those.
And it's because they take up so much room because of the solid hair.
Yeah.
There's no sway. And I think I'll be introducing a lower price for higher quantity on those white hats.
Fireman hats, right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up with 1,000 of them.
Well, I'm sure you just spoke OBFD's language.
No, I think he likes the dark red ones, to be honest with you. I don't know. I had told them that I'd be happy to do all the things. There was no additional handling charges. It would just
take longer.
Not even take longer. I was ready to do it at the same pace as other people's and right in line with theirs. It's going to cost you more to ship it because it's going to weigh more. I'm not even going to try to. I wouldn't even make you pay for the bags. It's just going to weigh more. There's a lot more stuff in there. But recently found out that Gator Bricks was a customer. Did not know that. People are supposed to tell me in their orders, hey, I'm on social media, so you can get even more and extra free stuff.
Yeah, if I know people came from YouTube or some other social media platform, I'll give them a bigger coupon when they place an order. It's not official, but I'll do it.
Yeah, it's definitely something you should mention.
And so keep that in mind. If you trying to make me lose 250K challenge, then I'll give you a bigger coupon.
Exactly, Gatorbrick. So tough. I'm giving you a bigger discount at my store going forward. Deal with it. I'm not familiar with the Dymo 450, so
I've got one here.
you have the 450 and the 4XL.
Yep, 450 I use for printing address labels. Because for a while I was selling the empty poly bags just for the coupon for Legoland, and they sold like crazy. So I bought a label printer just because I literally put a stamp on it.
Okay.
Put it in an envelope. Ship it like a letter, because it was cheap. 51 cents or whatever it is to ship to anywhere in the United States.
Yeah, I had no idea it was $3.50 minimum at the counter now at the post office.
Yep. You're paying for that human interaction charge is what I call it.
Well, I hadn't raised really the rates of my shipping on the store in forever. Even the post office kept, because mine's $3.16 minimum, and I use the buffer to basically that's my operating expenses. That covers the payment for the shipping service, the labels, the printer, the
bags,
the taxes that come from PayPal, the taxes that come from Bricklink. All that gets lumped in over time to this. It doesn't cover 100% of it, but it takes a big chunk out of it.
Yep.
And it's a lot more fair than, say, charging 50 cents handling fee or something ludicrous like that to every order, when some orders handling wouldn't even be close to 50 cents and other ones would be, excess of $2. It works its way out better that way.
Yep. I know a lot of stores will charge the walk-up post office rate, but of course with PayPal you get the discount.
Right, and that's what I was trying to do, but I didn't realize that I was so far off. I was off by 34 cents on what I thought the post office was charging.
As they just did that in January, right? They upped the rates again?
Yeah, I mean, now I understand, like, from a buyer's point of view, like $3.16 doesn't make any sense to anybody of why I'm charging that.
Well, easy enough to fix.
No, let's leave it. And now it feels bad and rippy-offy if I change it to $3.50.
Well, I charge more than that, so.
Is your minimum bottom price for shipping?
Yeah.
Really?
$3.75.
I had no idea.
Because I look at, what the postal retail rates is what they call them. Because they publish those side by side with the commercial. And I just charge, close to that and a little extra. Because,
okay.
I mean, the envelope costs money too. Padded envelopes aren't cheap. So
no, they're not. They're not, unless you buy them by the thousands.
And even then, it's still an expense to it.
Yeah.
And that also covers the bags, especially, that 100 lot order with one piece in each lot, 100 bags, that adds up.
So speaking of bags, so my daughter's been in here helping me out. She's been taking all the stuff out of the bags. And in the beginning, we were throwing away all these plastic bags. And then at school, they really started focusing on Earth Day and talking about Earth Day and recycling, Planet Earth, and all kinds of great stuff. And she had asked me, how come we're throwing these bags away when we can reuse them? And then she discussed reduce, reuse, recycle with me. And I sat and listened, and I was schooled. And she let me know that I shouldn't be throwing the bags away, that I should be using them. And then she was insistent that we would be using these bags, and her brother agreed. So I struck a deal with them that, yes, we would start reusing the plastic bags that we had gotten from other orders as long as they were in good condition. And my son understands the phrase representative of, Meaning if these bags are representative of our company, our family business, we will reuse them. Meaning if they're not all crinkled, if they're not all nasty looking, if it doesn't look like somebody tried to blow their nose with the plastic bag, we'll reuse it. But if it looks terrible, we're going to have to recycle it and send it back to the trash company. They understood that. And we've been practicing this for about the past 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And I swear I haven't touched a new bag since then because of the rate that she's going through her part outs. But I don't know if she's doing her part outs at that rate so she can keep used bags in the cart and keep her point strong. So
you're referring to the bags that come in the sets, right?
No, I'm talking about the sets that are coming out of our shame pile.
But the bags that Lego provides is what I mean.
No. My shame pile is different than your shame pile, remember?
Oh, yep.
My shame pile is Bricklink orders that I placed in stores long ago.
Oh, yeah, those bags, when I get them in, I use them too.
Right.
Yeah.
These.
I tend to use them. I have a separate drawer for bags that I received inbound, and I use them when I sell used pieces.
Well, a lot of the ones that we've gotten, they're brand new from source.
Yeah.
So it was a person who got a brand new bag, put one piece into it, and sent it to us, and then it sat in a box for 3 years. So we're reusing them.
Yeah, I would.
I was wondering what other people think about that.
It's a great idea. I've already been doing it. For me, it's just no other than the cost savings. You know, it's one less bag I have to buy later. And the whole reuse, recycle thing just kind of is a side effect of that.
Yes.
Which is good because you gave it another life. So
you might have seen when the day that my kids had the conversation with me about this was also the day that I did the here's the different stages of an order. Here, look at what went in this bag, and I was doing the whole because I do get on occasion a minifig order where it's like 30 some odd lots and 35 pieces, and it never seemed to make sense to do one bag per lot on those because it's a waste. I know a lot of people are into doing the used bags and stuff like that. And I think that reusing the Lego bags is a good idea and would be a spectacular idea if most people had the right equipment to actually reseal it.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yeah. I cannot tell you how many orders I've gotten from people, even people from within our community, that they used that technique and the damn bag blew up in shipment, or it never really was sealed. It was just sort of like,
half taped over.
Some moisture got in there and made it look good. But yeah, we're doing a little bit more recycling and stuff now because the kids are forcing it, and I don't mind it. I think it's a good thing. If you look at it, the more packaging we use, the larger box it needs. The larger box we need, the more trucks they need to send it. The more trucks they need to send it, the more gas they need to use. The more gas they need to use, the more they're going to raise the price every year.
Yep.
But that just goes down the road of how much does it cost you, not even how much does it cost whatever hippy dippy bull.
And that's why I always reuse my boxes I get from Amazon when I buy something. When they come in, they're actually, a lot of them tend to be good size for Lego orders. So if it's something that won't go in a patter, I'll put it in the Amazon box.
Yeah. So a lot of people seem to do the used bag, used Lego thing. Problem is I don't do used Lego. I do new.
I do both.
Right. But I mean, I also don't want to have one tray for used bags and one tray for new bags and have to remember to pull from the left or pull from the right.
Yeah, for me, I don't separate the bag sizes from used. I just have one bin full of them. And if I'm pulling a used part order, I'll just start grabbing out of there to soak them down a little bit.
The kids went down. They even got to the point where like they separated the bags out into like 6 or 7 different sizes, different common sizes from all the orders. So I would have, so it would be make it more agreeable for me to start doing this for them. So,
Hey, that's great.
it's it happened right after I bought 20,000 new bags. So 3 years ago, I did this whole thing of how long is it going to take me to go through these 10,000 bags that I'm ordering in these number of different sizes. I ended up going through the 3x6 and 1.5x3 at the same rate, pretty much, and just laid down another, $100 for 10,000 bags of each. And then the kids were like, well, why don't we just reuse all these?
Yep, you can do both.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Brick Biters was saying he only does new Lego as well, and more people doing used, but it seems like a time waste to clean sort. Yes, I agree. But when I do used, I do selective, like train track, train wheels, stuff I know that's more high dollar and is going to sell. Base plates is another good one. Sometimes you can only get certain base plates used; they aren't new anymore.
Now, how do you ship your base plates?
Usually a box. I find that vinyl record boxes, shipping boxes for vinyl records, are about the right size for your 32x32.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any raised base plates currently, so I haven't dealt with those yet. But that's usually what I do.
There's a what is it? I think it's like the 1BF or 1B2 Amazon box. Is perfect for one of the raised base plates, and there's another one of those Amazon ones that's great for the raised 32x48 plates. So, and I ain't never selling my 50x50 raised base plate. Holding on to that one.
Personal collection.
Yeah. Feel weird. I'm sitting here sorting brick. Always my no for people, and I'm obsessed with sorting this now because I want to get this completed so I can tell the boss upstairs like, oh yeah, it had an overall value of this, and if it all sells, we'll make this much money, and it'll be wonderful, and it would have been a good thing, and it's so great that your husband got this deal. I really want to be able to do that because I've been getting a little, about here you go, 50x50 raised base plate. About the bulk, because she sees the bulk as the same way as me, as how long is it going to take you to really sort all those minifigure heads? So
yeah, brick buyers, I would not use a bubble mailer for base plates, because they can get broken in transit.
It would all depend upon the base plate quantity, though.
That too.
I would never do a single or a double unless the buyer was ready to sign off on, yeah, that's fine with me. And I've done it. And it's always come out well. But it's still one of those things. You've got to make sure, one, you've got a envelope that is 10 wide on the interior so that it fits a base plate perfectly, so it's snug in there so it doesn't move. But I would say if you were shipping 4 base plates and you went studs on stud twice, you'd be okay to ship without a cardboard box, as long as you put maybe a little bit more protection in there. We're talking 32x32, but I've done 16x16 in an envelope. It all depends. The larger it is, the higher chance there is of flex. And the higher chance there is of flex, the higher chance there is of a true bend, a warping, scarring bend. If you got something like that big, it's got the same tensile strength as far as the material is the one that's larger, but a lot easier to than.
Yep. More surface area that can be bent.
Suiting yours bulk is definitely not for everyone.
Agreed.
Can't you just stick a base plate and mail that? Yes, you could, actually. You absolutely positively could. And that is the beauty of our postal system, is they will let you ship anything, any way you want to. And I've tried it. So.
It's 9 o'clock.
It is. It is. So next week, we will be pre-recorded. We will have the wonderful, not just folk, but folks. We're having multiple people on from Bricklink. We will have Admin Jack. We will also have Admin Cheyenne on as well. Good. Looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to your questions. So, did some show just get out or something?
I don't know.
Did I use the wrong time? This was our normal time, I thought. 8 p.m., right?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Did I miss something?
No.
Okay, good. I don't know, man. It's been a couple of weeks. People do things, and so I was making sure.
Yep.
This time's still good for you?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I was talking to people out there in TV land. But yeah,
sounds like, yeah.
I'm joking. We are looking to expand the number of people that we have on the panel. If you are a seller and you will talk to people and discuss some of your, not necessarily secrets, but a little bit on your technique, let us know. Shoot us a message. Always good to expand. I have no problem sitting here and talking with Foo for an hour or more, whatnot, but it's always good to hear and listen to people outside because we don't always we don't do it the way you do it. And I'm also looking forward that I'm also going to be expanding upon the show a little bit. And not only are we going to be trying to bring you people that sell Lego professionally, like we do, like by the set or by the piece, but also people who sell Lego professionally as an art form. So I talked to a couple Lego artists that I know, because they're usually the first people that would be considered a professional in Lego outside of a slinger themselves. And I said, hey, would you like to come on the show and discuss how you do this? And a couple of them had said yes. So there we go. Do we have to show our face? No, not necessarily, but you do have to talk. I never force anybody on any of my shows to show your face, but if you're going to be on camera, whether it be yourself or an icon, you should feel expected to speak to an audience, because that's what it is. You're staring at a camera and you're speaking to someone. That someone is an audience, and they just don't want to stare at you sitting in a room by yourself, because that's creepy as stuff. Ted, I totally get the anxiety thing. I am not, you can ask Foo, I am not this person in person.
Yep, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I just sat there and Foo and I were sitting there after bowling, and I'm just sitting there like,
now what?
because I'm not good in social places out of my little space in my basement. Outside of my zone, I am scared of my shadow. So I get it. And if you don't have to show your face, but if you do want to come on, you do have to talk. So that's the only thing. And your house is too crazy at this time. No, it isn't, man. I was bringing you this show when I had the potential to be crushed by Lego behind me when the heap was still going. So you can always put on a headset. You can always wear a mic to keep the little critters in your house at bay. That's how I look in social situations. Yeah, dude, seriously. Like I was sitting there like, we haven't had the show in 2 weeks, and I really didn't talk to Foo all that much when we were at Philly, because I was sometimes having problems talking to people. I'm like, I hope he doesn't think that I like dislike him or something like that, because I just sat there in the pool like.
No, it's fine. And it's, you have to be kind of ADD at those places too, because you're bouncing around talking to people. And
Yeah. All right. 906. That's it. We're done. Send us your questions. Let us know. The show will go on at its regular scheduled time, all that other stuff. It will just be pre-recorded. And again, we will have Admin Jack and Admin Cheyenne in on next week. So, Foo, you got anything to say?
well, hashtag Seller Stream coupon still valid at Brick Owl. If you guys want to place an order and make me lose the challenge, I'm happy to lose the challenge for that reason. And of course, I'm Foo Bricks on all social media platforms that I'm currently on, so I'm easy to find. And keep building, even though it's summertime.
Yeah, excellent. All right. The regular spiel, support those that support you. I will try to continue. Ooh, sorry. I got lots of piece of wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back up on me. Oh, that's burning. All right. Oh, it hurts. I will continue to try to get Bricklink to buy some of these applications that we've been using for years because they work, and sometimes Bricklink does not. But in the meantime, you guys should go out and support those people yourselves and let them know that they have people that are honoring their work. Because if we did not have anybody who was creating an application for us to use, our lives would be nightmare. We wouldn't be able to sling the brick that we are today. We wouldn't be able to support ourselves or our family. And it would just be an utter shitstorm. So support those that support you. Go and purchase and pay for that one-time fee to use that tool that you've been using every single day for the past years and not paid anything back on. Be good to one another. That's it. That's all. See you next week. Thanks for joining.
See ya.